I will present my wife, Gio.
Éxito asegurado, mostrando cosas que todavía no hemos dado la oportunidad a la gente de que conozcan que somos personas de carne y hueso. La que irán viendo, no lo puedo revelar. Están con la bromita de la boda y la boda pa' cuándo. ¿En qué momento Jennifer López sacó esa canción del anillo pa' cuándo? Que anda que no me la han cantado. Y bueno, es que es algo que no depende de mí.
Y yo le digo siempre, cuando der el clic, como pasó muchas cosas en nuestra vida, ya los dos saben lo que me estoy refiriendo, que puede ser en un año, como puede ser en 6 meses, como puede ser en un mes. Estoy seguro 1000% que eso pasará.
I think we all know why Cristiano Ronaldo don't want to get married. He ain't fooling nobody with all this click, click. He said, I'm going to feel the click. Boy, we know why you're not getting married. Stop fooling nobody. When you have money to a certain extent in life, you just scared to get married. Especially when you're in Ronaldo's situation. You just don't want to get married. It's as simple as that. It's not about some clique or some whatever nonsense he was saying. Boy, please. He's too wealthy. He's afraid. Of course, this woman got all these kids for him and whatever, but he's worked so hard to be Cristiano Ronaldo. He's worked really hard for that shit. So everybody understand why he don't want to get married. It's his assets and everything. And people might say sign a prenup and shit. Please, prenup don't work no more. You know, so we know why. Especially when she got kids for you. That prenup shit don't work. I don't know. I don't think that dude is ever gonna get married. No, I don't see him getting married. But anyway, good luck, Ronaldo.
I'm a gold digger. Of course I just married him for the money and I'm waiting for him to die in like 5 years to leave behind the life insurance policy.
Huh? What'd you say? I can't hear you.
Nothing, baby.
I can't hear you.
I love you. I
I
love
love you too.
It's only because of religion, to be honest. It's a promise to God. Does a man benefit from that? Yes, he does. If he is religious, if he's spiritual, whatever it is, it's that promise. I think apart from that, it literally is just a social.
So I'm going to change my answer. I now agree with it because just thinking about benefits alone, in terms of if you take religion out of it, if you take culture out of it, and I'm just looking at the benefits.
To be honest, I don't think any benefits. But you don't benefit when you really deep it.
I keep telling women, you only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry.
Don't get married.
Big mistake that you make. Big mistake. Enjoy the money first. Buy what you want and do everything you want.
Do you know anybody who's happily married?
No, nobody happily married.
Come on, that's not true.
Nobody happily married. I don't see nobody happily married. I might be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I might be wrong. Because 9 out of 10 people, 9 out of 10 people is unhappy with married. So what the fuck you gonna get married for? It don't make no sense. You have 1 million people in the world and it's 99.99
Hey, you better watch it for your wife hear it.
No, fuck my wife. Start with she first. Start with she first. She make me afraid of woman because she want every blood clot thing. You know? She want everything. No, don't marry. Marriage is not good for nobody in this world. Nobody.
That's your wife calling you.
That is fun.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't get married. You're free, man. You're free in the world, so don't get married, please. You know, forget about population. It will grow automatically. You know, don't get married. Don't lose your freedom and individuality. You know, and your pride, man. You're a man. You're always wanted. I'll tell you, you're always wanted. But once you got it, you're jailed.
I have a question for the men. Do you guys still want to get married? Like, is that still a thing?
No. A lot of men don't want to get married. And it's not because they don't like the thought of having a lifelong partner to be there for them when they need it. But a lot of men don't want to get married because they're avoiding potential divorce. In a lot of cases, Divorce ruins a man's life. He has to completely start over. And in general, marriage doesn't benefit men a whole lot. So while a lot of men like the idea of having long-term relationships, it's just not worth it.
So I would ask you, Kill, how do you feel about marriage? Do you want to get married?
I always say I don't see myself getting married, but I'm a lover boy at heart. I know I could be exclusive if that's what you're asking. I can.
But would you say that's that would be like a focus that you have in your head, or you're more so like whatever happens, happen?
I'm like you. I'm focused, and I don't think I have a foundation yet. So
really, I feel like you have mad foundation.
I do. I think you have a lot of foundation already, a lot of potential. I think you'll be a really great husband. It makes me sad when I hear y'all say like
you got y'all
don't really care to get married, because it's like, and in my mind, let me just speak for myself. It's like a waste. It's like, oh, that's another boyfriend. And you want to be my boyfriend forever?
Kill, do you think that has something to do with like what I was saying before, which is the environment?
I just think it has something to do with the nature of a woman. And I don't want to promise her security when I can't even secure myself yet.
You don't have to promise her that, though. You want power, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's why you're saying, okay, I'm not going to date because I know I'm not going to get what I want out of it. And it's kind of like corny.
I'm not giving her what she wants, security.
You have hella security. What do you mean?
I don't think all women require that, like right off the bat. Like you could
I think you
work
got
your way there.
I think you got it, brother.
Yeah.
Got what?
You have the vibe, number one, but number two, just from watching what you do and how you express yourself, I think that you're definitely a secured individual, at least emotionally.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So as far as that's concerned, that's level one. Everything else can be created and worked on.
And I think you'll be a good dad. You seem very genuine, and I think you'll be a good dad, which means you have to be a husband at that point.
Yeah.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
The benefits of marriage for a man typically isn't all that exciting for him.
What are y'all losing?
I didn't say that, losing or gaining. I said it's not exciting for him. There's not a fairy tale that men are taught to from a kid. No, it doesn't. We're talking about over here in America, right? Listen, men are not enthusiastic on getting married. I didn't go to college. I didn't like all these different things. Marriage is on the last.
Are you speaking for the high percentage of men, or are you speaking for the low percentage of men that are doing this type of talk? Because this type of talk is not true for every man. There are men that have morals, come up in church, that grew up in family value, that come around family, that have structure of marriage and are used to seeing their whole family marriage. There are men that are like that. Then you also have men that don't have that experience and don't care for marriage. But I can't say.
What I'm saying is that marriage is not the number one priority. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if
boys, that's the number one.
That's perfect. Now, let me finish what I was saying. It's not the number one priority for men. There's not a man that I've ever met in my life from high school on that said, hey, in high school, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to get married and have kids. No, it's like, yo, I want to go have this job. I want to maybe, acquire some type of accolades. Usually it's for his family and his wife. But the marriage point is the last thing on his list, the last thing to check off.
Like I've always said with all this situation with marriage and everything, I've always said, like, I don't think most men are excited to get married. I don't think most men want to get married. I might be wrong, Y'all let me know in the comment section, but I don't think so many men are lining up to get married. There's no excitement in it. There are three reasons why most men get married. It's either pressure from the mama or the father, family, whatever. The second reason, it's either if he's religious and the church or his pastor is, pressuring him to get married. Or the girlfriend has been dating this girl for a long time and she started to put pressure on him. I know, okay, let's do it. There's a reason why most men get married. If you leave that dude to himself, he ain't never gonna get married. He won't do it. It's not part of his list. And I understand that woman was like, oh yeah, he's a little boy. It's not about being a boy or a man. It's just not exciting. Yeah, I understand maybe there's 1% of men out there that wants to get married and have this fairy tale wedding, whatever. But most men are not thinking about some wedding and some fairy tale. We're not thinking about that shit. It's just, okay, want to get married? Yay, let's do it. It's not exciting. And I might be wrong, but I think most men are not having sleepless night over some marriage. I don't think we're doing that. It's on the last, the bottom list of any man's problem. It's usually money, status, accolades and shit. Maybe he would think about the marriage and kids. If he can get the kids without the marriage, he's gonna take it. Majority of the men are gonna take it. That's why you see all this baby father everywhere and shit. He's gonna take it. And marriage is, especially 2025. The court, the law thing, the court thing, and the family law thing is not helping either. Because you see all the stories of this man, been working since he was 18, and then he gets married, and the wife took all his shit, and boom, he's living on the streets. That's why you see so many homeless men. Majority of the time, it's true marriage. He loses his home, he loses his car, his life, everything is ruined. Some even go to jail over child support and shit. All these homeless men you see today, they probably been doing pretty well before they got married. And some women still take your kids and, ruin your life and all this shit because she's greedy and she wants to take out as much money as she can, and she's going to forget she once loved you. I don't know why a lot of women do this shit. If you want to get a divorce from a man you claim to love before, why are you trying to ruin his life? You guys have once been in love, But these women don't think about it like that. And I'm not saying every woman, but we see all the divorces and shit. I don't want him to see his kid. Why don't you want him to see his kids? If y'all not together no more, don't mean he can't see his babies. Then women are going to weaponize the kids and weaponize the family law and shit. Send him to jail or ruin his life or make sure he don't see his kids and lie to the kids and all this shit. Then y'all wonder why we don't want to get married. That's just common sense. Who the fuck want to put themselves in situations like that? Like I told you earlier, most men get married through pressure. Family member, religious reasons, girlfriend reasons, for whatever reasons. That's why most men get married. It's not because they want to do it. It's just majority of the men don't want to do that shit. What's the fun in it? Especially when you see the marriage rates plummeting and you see all the statistics and shit. And you see dumb shit like Cocker's wife is like, oh, he's a perfect man, but I just had to divorce him. Dumb shit like that. Or you hear stupid shit like, I'm just trying to find myself. Dumb shit like that. These are the reason why most of these men are not getting married. Me personally, I want to have a family, if possible, without marriage. But sometimes you have to do it. I don't have issues getting married. It's just selecting the right partner for me is very important. That's why I ain't dating nobody. Because, I don't want to, date the wrong person just because, oh yeah, I want someone in my bed. That's not what I want. And I can easily go out there and, go to the bar, go to the club, travel somewhere, and you find somebody. And boom, you got kids and shit. But, sometimes who you wake up with is very important. That's the mistake a lot of people make. So marriage is it's the last on the list for majority of men. I think it's probably the second on the list for a lot of women, maybe first even. But for men, it's not that important. But anyway, man, please like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. I'm out of here.